I hope that we're here to become inspired enough to fight for the life of YCCS and alternative schools across the city of Chicago.
You know, some of you all know my journey, know my story. I grew up in Cabrini, made a mistake when I was a teenager, was incarcerated, served time in prison, got educated in prison, came home, got involved, and got a pardon from the governor. So, you know, I have a special spot in my heart for young people who may be different, right? Who may need a second chance. You understand what I'm saying? And you all give folks a second chance.
I 1,000% support the work that you all are doing. I am someone who is for public education, but I also, in my role, have met so many families and so many students who are taking different paths, like I did before, that are a part of these communities that are pouring nothing but love into them.
And what I found with ASA and YCCS was that someone that cared more about than just meeting what they needed to meet, but meeting the needs of all of the children and the students that they work with.
I grew up in a household with a mother that suffered from drug addiction and a father that spent an overwhelming majority of my life sort of in and out of prison. I'm one of 6 siblings, all of us very different, but all of us having to grow up faster than what we needed to.
And when I'm in those classrooms and when I'm at those graduations, I'm looking at those young people and I'm seeing myself.
Oftentimes I didn't feel like I belonged, and while also facing trauma and not having anyone to like really focus in on what was going on with me or understand what I was going through, I felt that here at CCA. A lot of those kids were navigating through the child welfare system just like I was. And so when you have people who are literally tailoring to their needs and they understand them and they're giving them options to where they can focus, where they can graduate, where they can continue their education, I'm gonna always support that no matter what.
When I came over here to ASA, which is across the street from here, I found Dr. Simpson and her team working with young people, people that everybody else pretty much had written off and discarded. And it was a touching point where what I saw with teachers and administration trying to help not just the educational process, but the process of life, which is something that we all will have to deal with as you leave school. And what I found with ASA and YCCS was that someone that cared more about than just meeting what they needed to meet, but meeting the needs of all of the children and the students that they work with.
A small school on Division Street in between the largest Puerto Rican steel flags developed the Alderperson of the 26th Ward, y'all. That is what we are talking about. We're talking about institutions across the YCCS network that believe in restorative practices, that believe in healing-centered engagement work, that believe in educating young people despite the color of their skin or the zip code they reside in. That is what educational institutions are supposed to be doing in the city of Chicago.
If I would have had the love and the appreciation and the people embracing me like you all embrace the young people, I probably wouldn't have went to jail.
Here in the communities I serve in the East and West Garfield Park, Austin, and North Lawndale, that something isn't quite right with our young people in the educational process, and we have to figure out ways in which to reach folks and operate with them where they are. Many of our young people are thinking of different alternatives, thinking of different things and how education should be delivered.
I just want to make sure that the people who are in front of the classroom are doing what they're supposed to be doing, and that these young people feel like they belong there. They feel like they're getting something out of the learning experience. And so that's why I showed up here today. When I found out about this meeting, I stopped what I was going to get over here because I wanted it to go on record that I support the work that you all are doing. I do still support public education, but I also support the alternative, and I also support the charters that are in my district. And those families deserve.
So our young people keep walking into our doors, asking for a home, asking for a sense of belonging, asking to be loved radically. That is what YCCS has been offering young people across the city. Not just a second chance or a third, but a lifeline, a sense of purpose, an opportunity to belong and lead, to be the agents of change that we know young people can be in our communities.
Some folks need different mentors to mentor them. You all give the CPS students an alternative. You know, you're taking all of the students that most of the schools kick out. And if you don't take them, then where would they be?
And so not only is YCCS important, but all of the programming and sort of resources that Alternative Schools Network provides for our young people, that marriage, that relationship, that sort of collaboration and collective will is what allowed me to be here today.
This is not a want. This is a need. This is a need for our community. This is a need for our families. This is a need for our children. This is a need for their future.
We do have an opportunity to engage elected officials that sort of have social capital and sway, and that's why I'm here to say I'm going to stand alongside YCCS and fight. Vice Mayor Walter Burnett will close us out today and say he's going to stand with you all and fight.
Whatever I can do to help with the situation, I don't care if it's the mayor, the governor, the president of the United States, I gotta tell the truth. And the truth is, I know in my soul that these kids need this opportunity. I've done lived it, I understand it, I have relatives that's involved with it, and if it wasn't for places like yours, those folks wouldn't have an opportunity to get their lives back on track. So thank you for what you do. Thank you very much.